have had some of the major financial institutions obviously get money from the government already. And not all of that has worked exactly as government had hoped it would. People are wondering, is there going to be any chance where we get a check in the mail to us from the president or from the United States government like we did during the Bush administration?
Well, and that has not worked. You're exactly right. That $350 billion that was let go in September, what we found out was those investment banks putting that money on Wall Street. We actually had one bank go invest in the Chinese Industrial Bank, with $9 billion of those funds. And that is completely unacceptable. And the accountability was not put in place there. So that is why now we're looking at tax incentives. And we're looking at what you do to leave that money. Never take it to Washington, but leave it so that it's not you getting a check back. It is the money never goes there in the first place. Would you rather pay $650 less in income taxes, or would you rather get a $500 check back from the government? I think you'd probably rather pay $650 less. And that's what we hear from more and more of our constituents. Leave the money at the low level. And it also addresses the liquidity issues. Because the money that you spend turns over about 4 times here in Shelby County before it leaves the county. So we hear from so many of our small businesses, leave that money here, let us turn it over in the marketplace, and not ever take it and send it to Washington.
Not only do you have problems many times getting people to agree, but you also have partisan politics. How important is it for everybody to work together at this point? I mean, we're in crisis mode here.
Well, it is very important that we work together on these issues. You know, the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac issue, which is at the root cause of this, that was not addressed in the 1990s. Everybody kept their hands off of it. And then some of us started as early as 2003 saying this needs to be dealt with. Nobody wanted to deal with the problems at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So it shows you what happens when people close their eyes and say, let's not deal with it. So we are very mindful of saying, put all the ideas on the table and let's start working through this. Because you're going to have to find a way to generate jobs growth. And you're going to do that by working with your small businesses and listening to those small businesses. They can tell you where the problems are. We know that credit is a problem. We know liquidity is a problem. We know overregulation is a problem. We know that liability issues are a problem, especially in the healthcare industry. We know access to capital is a problem. So you start there. Those are foundational concerns. You start there and you address those.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we have run out of time. I think we could talk about this topic all day.
I think we could.
Congressman, thank you so much for your time, though. We certainly appreciate it. And we have also linked Congressman Blackburn's website to our website. All you have to do is log on to myeyewitnessnews.com.